So hello guys, welcome to this panel. So this panel will be analyzing critically the implication of the bombing that took place from the U.S. Government to Nigeria, Sokoto specifically. So we're looking at the implication of that bombing, what it means to Nigeria's um, independence, sovereignty. Have we surrendered our sovereignty to the US? These are questions that people are asking. What's the implication going forward? And then these key players in the northern Nigeria are the Shegumis, the extremists, the governors that support these bandits and terrorists. What's the way forward? What does this is this the start of um, something that will never end? Because already we are seeing that these people like Shegumi and some other northern elites are already threatening that this action from the US government will destabilize Nigeria. So this panel will be analyzing it, and from time to time um, I'll be making comments that will help us, because you cannot pretend these things are not happening. And knowledge, they say, is power. You have to empower yourself with the knowledge of the things that are happening in Nigeria, the history of Nigeria. Uh, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, do so now. There are relevant videos that will keep you up to date on the Nigerian project, about the things that have been happening since the seat of the caliphate in the 18th century, since what has been happening, okay, and how the caliphate, what's it called, the Fulanis, have been able to, put themselves in high places in Nigeria. So your knowledge is power. Join this panel, learn, ask questions, drop your comments, subscribe to the channel Dark Horizon Chronicles TV. Okay, subscribe now, drop your comments, and participate. Ask questions if you want to. I am available to answer any question. Knowledge is power. Empower yourself and your children. Empower yourself. You cannot pretend these things are happening in Nigeria. And so long as you're Nigerian, or you're an African, or you're a Christian, or you're a lover of peace, goodwill, lover of peace, you will support what is happening. So let's watch this video, participate in this panel, and be a part of it. So let's head straight into the panel.
Hello. Thank you for tuning in to the Diaspora panel. We are the voice of the diaspora. I have with me Mr. Olaitan Adedigba, who is based in United States of America. Mr. Adedigba, you are welcome to today's meeting.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to be here tonight.
I have also Mr. Olalawal, who is based in Canada. Mr. Lawal, you are welcome.
Thank you for having me today, and Merry Christmas once again to our viewers.
And also, later you want to say...
yeah, Merry Christmas to our viewers back at home. I'm glad knowing you are there.
Right. And for me also, my name is Dejalaya. I'm the host. I'm based in Dublin. I want to also again wish you Merry Christmas, and I hope for a new year. And we want to say we hope that you enjoy the festive period. So again, thank you to all our new subscribers. We welcome you to the Diaspora family. Please keep sharing our videos so that other people can benefit from it. We've seen
keep sharing, subscribe to
very nice comments, but please
channel,
share the videos
and share the
videos. To reach
okay,
as many people as possible.
So that as many people get this video as possible.
And please, if you're one of our viewers, you watch our videos all the time, but you have not yet subscribed, please click
on the button and
it is free of
subscribe.
charge.
Yes.
It means that anytime we do a new video, you'll be one of the first people to know about it. So we woke up yesterday, Christmas Day, and then we got what we call Christmas gift from America. On Christmas Day, 2025, the United States military unleashed airstrikes against ISIS-affiliated militants in northwest Nigeria.
Yes.
The United States carried out airstrikes against Islamic State militants in northwest Nigeria at the request of Nigeria's government. U.S. President Donald Trump and the U.S. military said on Thursday, claiming the group has been targeting Christians in the region. In truth, in a Truth Social post, U.S. President Donald Trump himself said, "Tonight, at my direction, as Commander-in-Chief, the United States has launched a powerful and deadly strike against ISIS, terrorist group in northwest of Nigeria, who have been targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent Christians." So, Lighton.
Yep.
My question to you, the first question I'm going to pose to you is simple. This has never, ever happened in Nigeria before. This is the first time a country, any country, has struck in Nigeria. Are we not losing our sovereignty to the United States? Why should the first strike even take place in Sokoto? Are they trying to bomb the Sokoto Caliphate? And have we now lost our sovereignty? We are the one that used to go to ECOMOG, to Liberia, to Sierra Leone, and to Central Africa, to go and sort them out. So why is America sorting us out? Do we not have why is our military not bombing that place? Why do we have to call America to come and bomb Sokoto in our own country? Have we lost our sovereignty to America?
Yeah, but we've lost our sovereignty to the bandits, right? So there's nothing stop. There's nothing stop America from helping us. Looking back, we assisted Sierra Leone, we assisted Liberia, South Africa. We assisted all these neighboring countries. Even recently, in a month ago or this month, we assisted within 4 hours. We restored peace in Benin Republic.
Yes.
Within 4 hours. So this issue of banditry, the ISIS, the ISWAP, and all these ones is, Nigeria cannot win it alone. Mm-hmm. So we have to form intelligence, right? We need a nexus and synergy to making sure that we defeat these hydra-headed ISIS and all these people, ISWAP and all these people. So this is the time we need America to form intelligence, and we've been doing it. Remember, 11 local government has been taken over in Sokoto State, and not only that, Sokoto, the proximity of Sokoto to Ilila to Niger Republic, the Niger Republic to the Mauritania, all these places, it's as if it's like the proximity of Lagos to Akure, So these people, they are coming. All these people, they even invited them to be coming to Nigeria. The Fulanis, they invited the other Fulanis from other West African countries. I must say, initial Fulani that we are here, except the elite Fulani, they are peaceful. We've been living with them, right? Until the issue of taking over, Islamizing Nigeria, came into play. So we need to deal decisively with them. So as a result, we should forget about our sovereignty for now and make sure we fight out to the last extent, to the last drop of our blood. We fight out this ISWAP, ISIS, and all these people. Thank you very much.
Okay, Shukwo.
When the doors closed last time, people went nuts. By popular demand, we are opening the...
I'm just wondering, why on Christmas Day? So why now? Why did it take up to Christmas Day for decisive action? The federal government says airstrikes hit ISIS-affiliated cells. Fine. But Nigerians must ask, why now? Was this intelligence newly discovered or newly acted upon? If the enemy has been known, mapped, identified for a while, what delayed this moment of resolve? Why do we have to wait for America to come 6,000 miles before we can resolve the problem? Why, Shukwo?
If you remember, America has been gathering intelligence since late November 2025 in Nigeria. there has been series of aircrafts that have been hovering around northern Nigeria, taking off from neighboring countries like Gulf of Guinea, neighboring countries around Nigeria. They take off, they hover around since late November. So they've been able to gather intelligence up to a large extent, and they know exactly where to strike. Remember, this is position striking, using the tomahawk to strike its position. So they are sure where they're able to strike. So, and choosing December, Christmas Day, I think is symbolic, because Christmas Day is a day Christians celebrate the birth of Christ. And if you choose that day to strike the heart of the caliphate in Sokoto, I think that speaks volume. That's very loud enough for anybody that understands the meaning of that. So in a way, it's showcasing the superiority of Christ over any powers or any form of religion that tries to exalt itself above the name of Christ. Okay, so, and again, history has also shown that a lot of extremists they've terrorized Christians on Christmas Day, on festive day, on celebrations, on notable days, Easter, when the Christians gather, just like what's happening to the Jews, like the last attack in Australia, where they were celebrating Hanukkah celebration. So they come in days, remarkable and memorable days, so that you always remember those days for evil. So I'm sure that's probably what prompted President Donald Trump to decide to strike them on Christmas Day, when they too will be like they were not expected, they never saw it coming. So it's a statement, it's a bold statement that has been made, and it's one that everybody has to learn from. So that is it. I believe that's why America decided to strike on Christmas Day. It's very symbolic. So let's continue and hear what the panel has to say.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, we didn't have to wait, and it comes down to political will. If the political will is there is nothing that Nigerian army or Nigerian armed forces, so to speak, cannot accomplish.
No, of course not.
Mr. Lighton,
armed forces
give examples of the Nigerian forces
with the right
helping in
equipment,
Sierra
of course.
Leone, helping in other parts, even in I believe it was one of the countries, in Benin Republic, and also in Senegal, one of those countries, when an incumbent refused to leave. I think bottom line, two things. Some people are saying it's a gift, it's a Christmas gift to terrorists. It's actually a Christmas gift, I think, to Christians in Sokoto and surrounding areas, and many Christians in northern Nigeria who have been victims of these horrendous crimes by Fulani militants. The best form of defense is to what? Is to attack.
Yeah.
Always.
Attack is the best form of defense.
The Nigerian army, is fending off these terrorists or whatever. It is time to take the fight to them. They've been cutting off supply lines, in the last couple of weeks, and a lot of the terrorists, ISIS-backed terrorist groups, have not been getting food. They've not been getting fuel. So to cap it off, was the Christmas Day bombing, to introduce some element of surprise, because the thinking probably in the circles that most people will be celebrating Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, on behalf of Christians and other communities that have been decimated by this horrendous barbaric act, the airstrikes was a gift, to basically take it to them that we are no longer sitting down. We are now taking the fight to them.
Thank you very much. Lighton.
Well said.
That's
very good point.
My expectation actually, did me a lot of favors. I saw a response from who else? Sheikh Gumi. Let me read what he said.
Mm-hmm.
No nation Can you see my screen?
Yes,
Yes.
I can say.
Yeah, sure.
No nation should allow its land to be a theater of war. And no nation should allow its neighbors to be their enemies. If Nigeria wants military assistance, China, Turkey, and Pakistan can do the job effectively. The U.S. involvement in Nigeria will attract the real anti-U.S. forces, making our land.
Hey, let me pause there for a minute. Did you see this? Did you see that? Shegumi, he said if Nigeria wants military assistance, China, Turkey, and Pakistan. Did you see that axis of evil? China, the Chinese government are currently in the north. They have been in the north for years, doing what they call illegal mining, according to reports, allegedly, that they have been mining Nigerians' resources illegally from the north. And these monies are going to the pockets of a few northern elites in the north. Whereas the oil in the Niger Delta is being shared by the whole country. Do you see how ironic that is? The oil in the Niger Delta and the southwest is shared by the entire Nigeria. But the resources in the north, the resources, the gold, whatever they have there, they are selling it and keeping it in their pockets to some of these Chinese companies. Yes, the news is out there. It's in public. It's a public domain. Now they are saying if Nigeria needs assistance, they should go to China, their partner in the north. Turkey, another Islamic nation. Pakistan, you know what that is. That they can do the job effectively. So he's calling the names of countries that will still support their business. Can you see how ironic it is? This guy needs to be arrested. I don't know why he's still working free. Because he's the number one, he's a terrorist sympathizer. And like people have said, that he's beyond a sympathizer. So who knows whether it's even the brain behind terrorism that Nigeria faces today.
The theater of war. The US's involvement in Nigeria, citing coming to protect Christians, will ultimately polarize our nation and infringe on our sovereignty. Nigeria should halt all military cooperation with the United States immediately because of its imperial tendencies worldwide. Now, which one is more important? Peace in Nigeria, or to say we don't want America to help us? Which one is more important?
Yeah, we need peace in Nigeria. Whoever might help Nigeria at this material time, let us turn to them. We don't need to call. We must call a spade at this material time. At this time, we need help, serious help. Half of Nigeria is being taken over by the bandits. Every day they kill, every day they abduct, every day they destroy. They destroy the people who are coming from their farms. They don't allow them to farm again. No food from the northern part of the country again. So every day, even in the southwest, in the south, in the southeast, everybody, they are living in fear. So if we see somebody who wants to help us, should we say no, that they should not come and help us? The army before now, why the 8 years of President Buhari, they were compromised. The Navy were compromised, the Air Force were compromised. It wasn't like, but now it's no more a business as usual.
It's no longer Bahu.
The financial,
no longer business as usual.
They are now crying. They are now crying wolves
crying
now.
foul.
So is Gumi? Don't mind Gumi. I don't know why Gumi should be working free now.
Exactly.
Because it's been an
this guy needs to be arrested.
Liaising between the government and the.
I hope the American government does something about that.
Doctors, right?
Because obviously Nigeria is not doing anything about it.
He's been collecting ransom for them, right? Even the other guy that took picture with Atiku, they found billions of naira in his account. What for? What job is he doing to warrant billions of naira is in his account. These are
That's
the people
Abubakar.
they are doing it. I mean,
That's the former Attorney General of
the
Federation,
abductors and
Malami, Abubakar Malami.
the bandits, abductors, and the federal government. So
Criminals.
we need it for a terrible situation. It needs a terrible attention. Whoever that can help us, whoever that we can form synergy with, whoever that we can share intelligence with, whoever. America readily came to mind, and they volunteer to help us. Not that they are taking over our country, but they are doing it with our intelligence. They collected intelligence, and then they have people where they are. Where these people, where the bandits are, they are striking. I told you earlier on that in Sokoto State, bandits have taken over 11 local governments, right? So, and the nearest, Sokoto is very near to the border of Nigeria with other African countries. Whereby they are coming in, they are going out. The Niger Republic, they come in, like Toji. He doesn't live in Sokoto. Yeah. So these are the areas. So we need assistance at the present moment to quell all these nefarious activities of the bandits. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well said.
So the question is, what comes after the bombs? We know they said it's a targeted, bombing. They knew where they are. They targeted them precisely and took them out. So what is the old and build strategy? Who secures the ground after the gets leave? And how does the state prevent similar cycle of strike, retreat, regroup? Because what's going to happen now is you strike them, but nobody is occupying that zone. So what will happen then? They're going to regroup later. They come back together, regroup, rearm, and then it becomes a cycle.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
So, Shukra, what do you think the government should be doing now?
Thank you very much. I think first and foremost, the Nigerian armed forces should move into all of these territories and actually validate the effectiveness of the strikes. It's one thing to strike from above. Mm-hmm. You need ground forces to actually move in, secure the area,
verify.
Take all of the remaining elements that may have survived the strikes, take them in for interrogation, and then continue, holding the place.
Occupy the place.
Exactly. I will say this, that if you are the governor of a state with 11 local governments occupied and controlled by terrorists, you've lost control.
Exactly.
I actually think Sokoto State should be under a state of emergency.
Yes.
That governor cannot deal with the situation. So this should be a strategy I think the federal government should look into.
See, for this to show that allegedly, the Sultanates will definitely have a hand in it, because is it possible for you to have a state where this Sultanate sits and is being overrun by bandits, by terrorists? Of course not. So if this is happening where you have the seat of the caliphate, it means there's connivance, there's a form of partnership between these two people. And there's no how. If 11 local governments have already been overrun by these terrorists, then the state government is no longer in control. So like this guy just mentioned, that state should be in a state of emergency, where the Nigerian military will move in their battalions of soldiers and take over the state for a period of time. For at least the next 90 days, they should be there moving around, securing the places. Like this place that has just been struck by the US missile should be secured. And whatever remnants are left there, they have to be taken in for questioning and, of course, taken to courts. So that is it. That's what should be done.
What we've been seeing from the terrorists, I believe it was Toriji, for example, he released about 100 prisoners as a show of cooperation to try and get some kind of a negotiation. We're done negotiating. What Gumi is doing is it shows that he is part of the network.
Of course.
Look, if you are an Islamic cleric, the only job you have right now is to be preaching to Muslims in that area. One, to be law-abiding citizens. Two, if they've been involved in any banditry, to surrender to authorities. The only message Gumi should be making to authorities now is that any terrorist that surrender should be taken and should be properly interrogated in accordance with the law. There is no expectation that having killed and maimed and displaced communities, you could then walk scot-free. That is not the way to send a clear message that those activities would not be condoned. So the armed forces should move into the area, secure the areas, and then begin to transition forest rangers into their posts to secure the area and to maintain security going forward.
Thank you very much. This is going to be your last question.
Okay.
So, it looks to me like the Fulanis who have had an iron grip on Nigeria for about 60 years. It looks like that reign has ended. Because not only that, there's a new power system in Nigeria, headed by Tinubu. But what has happened now is that internationally, the script has flipped against the Fulani. We know that they are being supported by the British, by the Americans. But now, the Americans have now bombed the Sokoto Caliphate. The script has flipped.
That's a statement.
And right now, nobody is going to allow another Fulani to take over power in Nigeria. Everybody is now on edge because they have done enough damage.
It's a psychic of the society.
Yeah. So do you think that the Fulani leaders should start, to see reason, not talking like Gumi, not talking like Professor Yusuf Usman, not talking like all their emir and still believing that the jihad is still possible. The jihad is not possible. What do you think?
Yeah, it has been said that those whom God don't want to destroy, they first make mad. The Fulanis, they are doomed to be destroyed. Right? So, and they are on the verge of destruction. Everybody knows what is going on now in Nigeria, that they are the problem of the country. They are, like you said in one of our podcasts, that the small people are causing big problems. So this Fulani
is just, the audience, guys, Fulani is just about 5% of Nigerian population. Nigeria has a population of about 240 million people, and Fulani make up just about 5%. Between 3 to 5 billion of them, but as in very minute people. And these are the people that are causing, small people causing big problems for the population, about 5% of the population. Even the Hausas, who were part of the beginning of Nigeria, were subdued by this small population because they came with arms. So you accept or they kill. So they came with to kill, to steal, and to destroy. Like the Bible says, kill, steal, and destroy. So that was why they were able to subdue the Hausas when Osman Danfodio came between 1804 and 1903, where the Sultanate took over the northern hemisphere, northern Nigeria. They took it by the sword. So this small group of people, kill, steal, and destroy. That was what they did in the north, that they subdued the Hausas. The Hausas have been subdued. They are subdued people. It's these Fulanis that have been ruling them. All the emirs in Nigeria today are all Fulanis. All emirs. There's no Hausa. The original part of the Nigerian project. There's no Hausa people. The Hausa governor, rather, man or woman, that is in a position of authority. There's no Fulanis.
The script is flipping, so to say, but we still need to make to call their to call them to size so they don't resuscitate again. If Nigeria, we should frontally confront these people now. They are the enemies of the country. They are the one introducing jihad. They are the one introducing Islam. They are the one Islamization of Nigeria. They want to introduce Islamize Nigeria. They are the one going to encroach in people's land, killing people, abducting people, using AK-47 to head their cows. Everybody knows the atrocities that they perpetrated. It is now the time for everybody, a serious-minded Nigeria. One thing is to know the problem, another thing is to build support for the problem, to making sure that we confront them frontally. That maybe they should go back to where they came from, right? Because all of them, majority of them who are killing in Nigeria, they are not from Nigeria, right? One of the father of the victims killed in Igogon, the father of the guy that came from Germany, he said the Fulani they were living with, they were peaceful. They were until some guys they are killing, they kill, they behead, they do everything. So it is now time, right, that the Fulani knows that the water has dried on the back of the fish. So there is nothing for them again. Nigeria should make sure that Fulani come back to power again in Nigeria. That we should make sure that we fight them fire for fire. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Shupo, in the last few days, in this week alone, the armed forces have been taking the fights to them. They are demolishing them. They are, sniffing them out of their holes. They are cutting down their networks, seizing their money, seizing their source of food supplies. They are seizing their source of arms supply, their source of drug supplies, cutting them to size. It's like Nigerian army was reborn. So I'm just thinking that, we saw before President Bola Tinubu became president, I remember he made a statement at one function when he said, recruit 5 million people. I don't know whether you remember.
Yes.
I remember now.
So I'm thinking, we have Sambisa forest. We have a lot of forests where these criminals are hiding. Why can't we recruit? Even if it's only 500,000 people, boys and girls that are able-bodied, send them to go and live permanently in those forests. Send them to go and occupy those space. I think that's when we're going to have peace. Because as you said.
Yeah. No. I don't agree with that. See, the problem of Nigeria is not manpower. It's not by recruiting and recruiting. So why do you have intelligence? Why do you have drones? Zambisa forest, northwest, northeast. What Nigeria needs is to invest in technology. Purchase more drones. These drones will give you surveillance. They will give you intelligence. You don't need to put people in the Zambisa forest to go and die. They will be killed in the forest. Those terrorists understand the terrain more than the Nigerians. So what Nigeria needs to invest more in technology, buy more drones, okay? More technology, surveillance, do more surveillance, more intelligence. So that by the time you know where these terrorists are, just like what US do, you send missiles and you take them out. So it's not a matter of recruiting. No. Who are you recruiting? These people will just die for nothing. It's like when US fought Pearl Harbor many years ago. What happened? US lost soldiers on ground. Go and check history. Foot on the ground you tend to lose. But use intelligence, use air support, use air force. Good intelligence, to take them out, to drop the missiles at the right places. You don't need to send Nigerians to go there and die. It's not even a matter of recruitment. With the armies we have today, with good intelligence, invest more in drones, invest in technology, surveillance. I believe we'll take these people out. Nigerians will take them out.
Super. if we allow them to regroup, it means the America will stay permanently there. We keep bombing them and keep bombing. One bomb alone is not less than $1 million. They keep bombing, and America is not doing this. They are going to ask for something. America, they have an interest. At the end of the day, they're going to ask you for something. That bomb is not free. So, do you not think that it's time for our government, to look the devil in the eye and do the right thing? Occupy all those forests. In those forests, create roads there, create a barracks there, create whatever. Occupy the forest so that if there's no government space.
That forest is very big.
Yoruba says, if there's no crack on the wall, a lizard cannot enter.
Cannot find its way.
Yeah, so Shukwa, what do you think?
Yes, so I think the solution is a two-faced approach. There is the military component, there is the social component. If you look at what has been happening, we have a new Minister of Defense. As a matter of fact, the current Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawalle, said that bombs cannot penetrate the forests. Clearly, these are not the type of people that should be in those positions. Just with the change in the Minister of Defense, we have seen the fight taken to the terrorists. And clearly the strategy is working. As a matter of fact, there are reports now that some of the terrorists are using bicycles to move. What does that tell you? It tells you that their fuel supply likely has been cut off. If there is something to bicycles now, it means that their fuel supply has been cut off. So we continue to cut off all their supply, fuel, money, food, and then keep raining bombs on them. And as you said, all of those spaces, those spaces should be governed. We should have forest rangers. We should have continuous reconnaissance. So drone flights,
use of drones, technology,
so that if people are moving in there, we can spot them immediately and we can take the right action. That is the military component. There is also the social component. You see, what we are experiencing is a resurgence of the Islamization agenda, which Usman Dan Fodio started. That agenda needs to be crushed totally. And the only way to crush it totally is to eliminate all those caliphates, because those caliphates exist for one only reason, and that is to Islamize Nigeria. That is the only purpose of the caliphate. And that is why I'm calling on, the Hausas. There were Hausa kingdoms in Mobil, in Kano, Katsina, Zaria. The federal government should support those former ruling families, because those were peaceful kingdoms that coexisted with other religions, where people could actually practice whatever religion they wanted, until Usman Dan Fodio brought his terrorist version of an ideology. So it has to be the two-faced approach. Do the military component, and at the same time, take down those caliphates and support the original Hausa kingdoms, and we will see peace again in northern Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Well I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Olalawal from Canada.
Well said. I agree with that social approach, because the caliphate, like I already explained, between 1804 and 1903, Osman Dan Fodio started the caliphate. So the caliphate, with series of jihads, they were able to outrun and subdue the Hausas. So the Fulanis were now the ones running the show in northern Nigeria. The caliphate, the Sultan, who is the head of the Sultanate, of course, was the head of northern Nigeria. So this was when the Fulanis were running the show before the British came in 1903 and was able to power them, of course, and then British rule started in northern and southern Nigeria. The idea behind the caliphates, in the first instance, when Osman Dan Fodio came, was to Islamize wherever they go. So the plan, of course, which Osman Dan Fodio had there, was Islamize the north and then move to the south. And since the Sultanate is still there in Sokoto, and he's still there functioning, collecting taxes from people, and still sitting as the head of Islamic affairs or Islam in Nigeria, then Nigeria will not have peace. So what he said makes good sense, because if the Sultanate can be expanded, like this guy, what was his name, the guy that had issues with what was it called, mockery, the guy suggested, there was the white paper I did a video on it. Check my videos, you'll see it, where there's the CTO, they should characterize the Sultanates as an FTO, as a foreign terrorist organization. If the Sultanate can be characterized, as a foreign terrorist organization, then that will be the end of the Sultanate of Sokoto. So that is it. So there are so many suggestions, so many things that needs to be done. And most importantly, like the panel has pointed out, Nigeria has to move away from having another Fulani as president, because if that happens, then going backwards again, and Nigeria is starting as back square one. It's because now we have Yoruba as the Emu affairs. So the next president that will rule Nigeria must not be a Fulani man, because if a Fulani man comes back there, then you take Nigeria back to where it was before. So the progress that have been made, everything will return to naught. So thank you for watching. If you are yet to subscribe, do so. Subscribe, follow me on this channel so that you can get relevant, updated information about things that are happening in the world. Serious matter, serious business, okay? Subscribe now. Click on the subscribe button and subscribe on Dark Horizon Chronicles TV. Thank you for watching. See you on my next one. Cheers.